War never changes.
Welcome to the first of what I hope will be many episodes of this series. So we are using the Wanderers Edition mod, which is a mod that changes quite a lot of the gameplay in Fallout 3. But the special thing about this, and the reason why I'm doing this video, is because you can choose the personality at the beginning of the game. You don't have to stick to the Vault Boy or Vault Girl storyline. So in this case I am going to choose a raider, and as a raider I want small guns, repair and lockpick. And the story of the raider is pretty simple. You've spent your life plundering and pillaging to your heart's content. Years of using force to get what you want has resulted in a boost to your small guns, and being forced to fix your own weapon you gain a bonus to repair. However, the need to move fast from one place to the other has left you unaccustomed to heavy load, so you lose some carry capacity. And in hardcore mode, all settlements will attack on sight. The only safe settlement would be Paradise Falls. Now we are going to see this is not completely true, as you can be allied with raiders, and any raider in the game will be your ally. Now I am using some other mods to recruit companions. In this case I am not using them because they cause a very funny bug, which is the character you recruit to become your companion will become hostile, or rather the raiders will become hostile towards this character, which can make things a little bit tricky. And this dog just flew away with the shot of the sawed-off shotgun. It's a pretty powerful weapon in the kickback, I must say. It's not one of the strongest. It doesn't do an impressive amount of damage in close combat even, but it sure is funny, as you are going to see later. So here I am exploring terrain. I have not much idea what I am doing or where I am going. I know a place around here. I've been playing Fallout 3 for the last 10 years, so I know the game pretty well, and I know what is ahead of us. Here we found some more random raiders. Nothing much to say. I don't want to recruit them. I know that they will come to my aid if I get into trouble. So we are going to get in trouble pretty soon. As we are going down this hill, right near the bridge, we will find another raider encampment right on the road. Yeah. And as you can see, the raiders are pretty much okay, that I come around them, that I loot their boxes. Even if I sleep in their beds, it's everything alright. So down the road we go. And jump around here. So I know that down this road, in this intersection, there are some members of a rival raider gang. Now this is a mod that I have installed. I think it's called Gangs of the Wasteland. And what it does is pretty much add 3 new tribes of raiders, each one with their own weapons, armor, and a specific backstory. I don't know if you have noticed, but damage is pretty brutal in my game. I don't like playing like a pussy, taking 1,000 shots like a fucking sponge. I hate that. I like that the game is intense and fast, and that there is not much room to make plans if your plan goes down the drain, so you have to improvise. And as you see here, I was lucky. I found a scoped hunting rifle, which is a pretty good start game item, especially if you're playing Wanderers Edition like I do, with 3 times damage and increased limb damage and knockbacks and whatever. All that makes combat much harder and much tactical. much more tactical than before. Here we see that one of the rival gangs controls this destroyed building, and they are pretty aggressive. I didn't even see the guy as I was playing. And another day, another try. We are going most definitely to clean this raider gang out of our sights. Probably not in this episode, but down the road. As you can see here, I gathered some group members using the real-time settler mod. I really want to build a raider settlement. I'm just not really sure where yet. I have some raider friends, and I had a random wastelander that appeared out of nowhere. And since we are raiders and he's just a wastelander, he's going to be our slave and he's going to chop down trees. I don't give a fuck. I'm a raider. I do whatever I want.
What's new?
And I am most certainly not using my gang members to do the dirty work.
What's going on?
If you consider raiding people and killing them and eating their corpses clean work, I mean, in the mind of a raider, it should be a pretty clean work. It's the best that you can get. So here I am again trying to snipe those rivals from the distance, since they are pretty powerful. These grinders, this gang pretty much uses shotguns, 5mm weapons like machine guns and submachine guns, and miniguns. And the minigun is especially dangerous, as we saw before, and as we are going to see. There is a guy taking cover, shooting his minigun. I was busy with the other one, and then my gun jammed, to add insult to injury. And the guy with the minigun is trying to take cover and shoot from the distance. I'm not doing much damage to him. He is very heavily armored, and in Wanderer's Edition you might not really notice because the damage is so brutal, but your armor rating, your defense rating, really does make a difference. I mean, sure, you take a lot more damage because damage is multiplied times 3, the original, and that reflects also in how much damage an armor can absorb. So combat is really much more tactical than before, and when things go south, you just have to do what is right in that moment, and sometimes the right thing is to run away. I'm a pretty resilient guy. I know this is just a game, so I keep pushing forward, sometimes just for the sake of fun, because sometimes funny things happen when you panic and when you only have that one choice, or when you have to choose between the lesser of two evils. So here is my gang once again trying to attack the rival gang. Unfortunately they die in this encounter, but screw it, I'm a raider boss. All the raiders in the wasteland respect me, so I can pretty much get new gang members anywhere else. And still the guys hold up in that destroyed building. Here I tried to uselessly take cover. It was pretty much useless. As you can see here, I tried to shoot down that guy, and he immediately notices my position. There are a few mods and the special Wanderer's Edition that change the way enemies behave. They are much more intelligent, they run for cover, they don't just rush at you like idiots. It's pretty challenging. It's the closest to reality that you can get in a 10-year-old game. And here we see that I found a super mutant encampment, and here's a blooper. Well, that went out pretty good. The damage is ridiculously low, if you know what I mean. But the amount of energy in that impact is... Whoa, here I got busted by grenades from those super mutants. And I'm stuck in this pile of burning tires, but this sort of shotgun is really something else. In the way that it sends your enemies flying back as if they were nothing more than ragdolls. Which is exactly what they are once they are not standing on their feet. And this random wastelander is dead. I don't know if killed by the super mutants or by a stray fire. And here that mutant got me. He got me really well. So, another day, another try.
This shouldn't take long.
These muties are going to get it, one way or another. So here I am, raiding their encampment again. They immediately saw me and start throwing grenades at me, these fuckers. And once again, you see the brutality that is Wanderer's Edition. It's not for the faint of heart. And yet another try at the mutant encampment.
Over there, watch it!
And 2 grenades at once. Oh my fucking god. These mutants must all have the big leagues perk or something,
I'm gonna tear you up,
because
boys.
they are really very precise with the grenades. And this is where I noticed that my iron sights mod was bugging out. Because aiming does not bring up the iron sight animation only when I'm shooting, and that is pretty annoying, as in I don't know. Whoa, that was really a high flight. And I really have to say I love this always first person camera. It's not something that the original game had, if I recall correctly. Every time you were knocked down, you would see the character from a third-person perspective. And in this case, you can even see your own body. So, I got some gear from those guys, and I have to say, the damage resistance on these things is pretty high. It's about 35 if I recall correctly, which is pretty good for the start of the game. Mind that through the help of a mod, my damage resistance can go up to 95, but that is only if you're wearing power armor and using some cams. So, we will call it a day here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, subscribe, leave it a like, and be sure to follow the series, because if you really like it, I will make more. So, see ya!